Well, let's kick this pig. Boink.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Prepare for battle, we're diving into a world unknown where legends begin. Jim, Kristen, and Brian guiding the way. In Azeroth we'll conquer, there's no time to delay. Server restarted, we're ready to play. Join us now as we fight day after day. From dungeons to raids, we'll conquer it all. In the world of Warcraft, we'll never fall. Server restarted, Tribune.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Server Restart In. It's a usually weekly World of Warcraft podcast hosted by three opinionated players who like to get together to discuss their thoughts about the current state of the game. My name is Jim. I'm joined by Kristen
Hello.
and Brian,
Hello.
and we're back. I don't know. So Fated Raid Season 4 started. We did a little bit of Mythics. I think we did one key. We only did a 4. And it was kind of like, just kind of testing it out and stuff. Just because like all the levels have changed. And then we were kind of going through and doing all the Mythic Zeros because they drop pretty decent gear. They think they drop, Mythic Zero drops like normal raid gear level.
That's cool. That's really cool.
And, yeah. And I think, what did they say? Dawn of the Infinites drops higher track gear.
I think you have to do it on hard mode though.
Ah. Which I don't know what that means.
Did you
I briefly saw your guys' conversations about it, and because I was actually busy, working.
There's like a button or something like that you
Actually, no, I think I was at a graduation. Yeah, I saw that there was a person you talked to switch it.
Yeah.
We did the...
But who wants to do an 8-man dungeon?
Me.
Like, it takes the entire night to do that.
That's 8 chances. 8 chances of loot.
Yeah, but it takes an entire night to do that.
No, it doesn't.
Where you could do...
No, it doesn't. What? You could...
Dude.
It takes us an entire night to do that. Do you not remember when we started doing it? It took us an entire night.
The first time. We've done that dungeon a bunch since then. Anyway, what were you going to say, Brian? Didn't mean to cut you off.
Have you guys taken your key yet and tried to plug it into a follower dungeon?
No. I know you saw that was a thing, but have you?
No, I haven't ran any mythics.
You can talk to Ladormi, the panda, and say, I lost my key, and she should just give you a key.
Where is she at?
You know where the portals were before, by the bank in Valdrakken? You know, the gold portals that took you to the Time Way?
Yep.
She's standing right there.
Okay.
And stuff like that. Yeah, that's an interesting thing that he noticed, that there's key stands.
Yeah.
And so, was the follower dungeon, was it a heroic difficulty or was it a mythic difficulty?
Well, you know what's funny is that the flag on the top right of the dungeon, like, it usually puts an icon when it's heroic.
Well,
at least I thought it used to.
It used to. The skull is still.
Okay.
Because like when we were doing normal, it still shows like the skull. And I'm like that's
Does
heroic.
it? Okay.
I think that's a bug.
Yeah, well, it was there, and I'm like, wait, am I in a heroic? But then I checked the loot, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's a normal.
Okay.
So I don't know why it would be there. I'm actually on right now. I'm gonna try it because I'm interested.
Yeah, so you'll have to definitely check the that and see if that'll work. That'd be interesting. I doubt it'll work.
Yeah, I don't think it will at all. But that'd be really, really cool if
it'd be really, really weird.
It would be really, really. It would be.
I don't think you'd ever finish a follower dungeon on Mythic.
Dude,
on a key.
Although, let me tell you, let's just kind of segue into that just for a moment, because I've been trying to gear this paladin, but more like a easygoing pace using these dungeons as a tank. And man, it's so much fun to pull all the trash and go to the first, like the next boss over and over. It is hilarious because half the time I'm trying to like just stay alive myself because they'll stop at the first mob every time and they'll get lost way in the back. And then I will just go to the first boss with all the rest of the stuff that I got and just sit and nail on it nonstop. And it's great because I'm at a good enough item level. Like I'm not geared out by any means, but I'm at a good enough item level where like I'm not gonna die.
Yeah.
It's hilarious though because it's takes forever. They'll sit and just fight one like mob, and it takes them forever to knock it down, and then they'll finally show up and do something.
I'm surprised they don't drop group.
Me too.
Fucking tank
Yeah,
asshole.
you've been removed.
Yeah. Well, that's what I did. I did Ultimon. Holy crap! I kept doing the first boss for Ultimon. Man, I think I did it 4 times in a row before I got the shield I wanted. And for the follow dungeons, so all I do is just get in, run, grab all the mobs all the way up to the dwarves, and hide behind, and then line of sight everything that would follow.
Right.
And you throw down consecration, and then I just sit and wait for them to show up, and eventually, like, I could get the boss down in like 3 or 4 minutes. And I
Nice.
just try again. Got my shield finally, and moved on.
Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I just want to play WoW this way the whole time. I don't ever want to play
Aw.
with people again.
It makes me mad. It
Yeah,
makes me
F
I
those
can
sad.
be
people.
I can be a tank, and then like I don't have to be so stressed out. It's great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it's, I don't think it's enough of a way to prep anybody for actually like going into like live groups.
It's
I mean,
it's not. It is such a great way to learn the silly patterns that people build on the dungeons that they expect you to have day one.
Yeah.
That's I think the biggest thing is that you don't want to become a tank and go in and be like, well, why are you going that way? Well, I'm still killing mobs in the same dungeon, aren't I? Yeah, but that's not the way anybody else goes. You're doing it the wrong way. Ugh.
yeah.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Keystone, 30 minutes. Oh my god, is it really going to let me do it?
I bet it starts it and it kicks. It's just you.
Oh no, it doesn't. Man, it lets you put it in it. It takes a second. Activate pops up. You click activate, and it doesn't do anything.
Oh, got your hopes
That's-
up.
Oh,
That's hilarious,
what a fucking
though.
cock tease, man.
It
That's-
really is.
They're
Yeah.
just too lazy to take those out.
I don't. It's a normal dungeon.
Yeah.
They shouldn't even be
Well,
in there.
I know.
You think though, right? Like, what if they scaled it in a weird way instead? Like, they didn't actually scale it. They just essentially scaled the types of dungeons, and it's actually like a mythic instead.
Right.
Like it's
You
the
know what I mean? Like,
like it's the old mythic instance, like old mythic.
yeah, like under the hood. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird, man. Because these fonts aren't inside the other dungeons.
No, they're not.
They're not. Only in mythics. Yeah. Really crazy, man. That's funny though.
That would have been fun though.
What an incredible bug that nobody would have picked up. That would have been insane.
Yeah. That would have been missed pretty quick.
Yeah, that would.
It would be
I mean,
easy to.
measured miss. Everybody wanted it.
God,
Anyway,
could you imagine though, like solo mythics?
ugh. I don't know. It's really. I will even say at this point, like, it wouldn't be fruitful. And honestly, it probably wouldn't be a bad thing for them to implement even for heroic, because it is very slow and painful. Like, they don't seem
is.
to scale up like you do, or to your item level, and so you
Oh,
you
they
could
don't,
just
yeah.
like, yeah. And so as long as like you can just sit there and then the healer can pop off some heals for you, you stay okay. Like, the group dies all the time. I think it's hilarious. I was healing the healer the other day, like, to stay alive, and so it's like, this is definitely not the experience you're gonna have typically. But at the same time, I'm acting like an asshole. So,
Well, that's kind of the experience that you probably have then.
well,
Yeah.
that's true.
You know,
Yeah.
I wish the AI would come back and be like, "What the fuck are you doing? I'm done. Drop."
Yeah, they try to be gentle with their suggestions. They really should not be.
Yeah.
The more it should progressively get worse. Like when you click on the orcs and they get
Have
angry.
you ever even been here before? Fucking noob. God. Tank sucks. Kick him.
That'd be hilarious. So, yeah. So,
I mean, I did ask them why they weren't DPSing the target. They didn't answer me.
I was going to say,
you
did they respond to you?
Oh, did you try using the ping system?
No.
I'm wondering.
No, like ping yeah.
Yeah, like if you do like the attack ping on something, like would they pay attention to that? That would be,
let's see. What's ping is G? Is that what it is?
yeah, I have mine hotkeyed, but yeah, in the see if they
I pinged a mob. Let's see if they attack it. No.
damn
No,
that
they're still attacking and dying to stuff in the back.
it would be
Uh,
I think it would be good if they would like kind of incorporate that into there so you can kind of like
I'm
hey, I'm
surprised
going
that they
here.
don't because like you can. I mean, clearly with the level of gear that you have, you can run through these dungeons and face roll them, right? Like, but it's not like you. I'm not gonna die by myself. All my team members are almost dead now. I have one left with half health. I'm not gonna die. They're gonna die. They're gonna keep dying. And so why have them just focus on the first thing that attacked? Instead, they should like tank assist for sure.
Yeah.
If you have dungeon assistance on as the lead, they should do that.
I agree.
There's really no reason for them to be back there fighting on one.
Yeah, but again, I don't think that they're trying to prep people for massive like Mythic Plus type pulls. You know what I mean?
No, I understand that. I mean,
Those are bad habits to pick up.
The sheer amount of stuff that they've added for this feature, though, like how like scripted it is and all that stuff, they spent a lot of time on building it. Like they might as well, because again, it's just not hurting anything at this point. Like it maybe when it first came out, it might have been a bad idea. I don't know, but we well overgear this even at what I'm 426 on normal, and it's just going to continue to be a face roll. So, so I don't know. I mean, I think it's interesting. I don't want to I'm not trying to pin it like in a negative way or anything like that. I actually have a pretty good time. It gets boring really quick.
Yeah.
Is the only thing, like without people or without the people's DPS. So you either got the people aspect, the social aspect, or you have the DPS aspect.
Yeah.
Both lack in this dungeon, which makes it really boring. But at the same time, like I can crawl through, get some items, and get from really bad item level to really better item level, so I can actually play with people and be confident.
Right.
Which is absolutely love. And like the dungeons I wasn't familiar with as much, like the Azure Vault.
Yeah.
And there was another one.
I mean, it's definitely a good way to learn mechanics.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Oh, oh gosh, Hogger people. What are they called? Gnolls.
Oh, Brackenhide.
There you go. Yeah, that was another one because I'm like, man, I don't remember this at all. And so yeah, it's really good in that way. And so it's just hilarious to sit and just run around and grab all these mobs, and they're just like, I don't know. It's like they're your best friends, and like they don't hate you, but they're really frustrated that you keep doing this stupid thing. But then they have to help you.
You have to help me.
Yeah.
You're an idiot, but we got you. Here we go.
Right.
And they can run through doors too. I thought that was kind of funny.
They can run through doors.
Yeah, they can run through doors. So if they kill off a mob that they get stuck on, and you run farther ahead, like in Oldemon, a door closes for a boss at a certain point.
Oh yeah.
They kind of do this like weird reset mode where they go catch up with you after they killed the mob they were stuck on. But they'll run straight through the doors and stuff. Because I'm like, oh, the door is closed. Oh no, the healer won't make it in. And now they just walk right through the fucking door. So it's interesting.
It is. So yeah, lots of that new stuff, and we Awakened Raid started, so we had our first raid Sunday, which was Vault of the Incarnates, the first raid of the thing, and we got 6 out of 8 down in the time.
Nice.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't bad. I don't know. I thought that there was another ability or something that happened with that.
Maybe not a normal.
Maybe not. Maybe they're just stronger or something like
An
that.
affix?
But like an affix,
Like an
yeah.
affix? Yeah. Okay.
But I haven't really looked into it. But we went in and we did it. Some of the bosses took us a few tries, kind of just getting back into doing it. Because it's
Been a minute.
yeah, it's been a minute. So this week will be Avarice. So we'll see how we do on that one. And then I don't know how long they're going to cycle before they're just all that way.
So hard because my set bonus is the same set bonus as it was last tier. So it's like,
Oh.
Yeah, and the problem is that you can't, even though it's the same bonus, the pieces from season 3 don't count towards season 4.
So you
tier
have
set.
to still, and my tier 2 bonuses don't stack. Like the 2-piece set don't stack. So it's essentially just get 4-piece,
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's
You don't
annoying.
get two, set bonuses.
That's kind of wonky with it. You know what I mean? It's like it makes it difficult, kind of to gear.
That was able. You were able to do that before, though, right? With other tier sets.
Well, yeah, but the other tier sets didn't have the same tier
Set bonus.
bonuses.
Yeah.
And then I was just asking,
Yes, you could
wasn't,
use two, use the tier set from last season and the tier set from the next season and get the 2-piece bonus of each
Yeah,
set.
I could, but
Yeah.
my tier sets bonuses, one is around the bouncing snowball chill streak, right? And then the other one is around Frostworm's Fury, which are like hard to get in the same talent thing. So like you can't talent for like kind of both of them. So it doesn't really make sense to have a 2 and 2.
Wonder if they did that on purpose.
No, it's what was voted for.
No, I know, but I mean, I wonder if
No, those haven't moved in the talent tree. So
No.
those have been there. They haven't really touched Frost DKs that much.
Hmm.
It just makes me kind of sad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I wish they wouldn't touch druids,
Yeah.
but no, they did because they're jerks.
I've still been trying to get in and do like heroic Emirdrasil to try and get that Farrak kill so I can get the legendary. It's fun getting in a group where it's just all warriors, DKs, and pallies. And then you only have like 2 out of 3 healers dispelling on
That's fun.
Tindril, which sucks
Yeah.
and stuff. And and it's an exercise in patience.
I'm
Because
sure.
it's hard to get people. And then next week, I probably won't be able to do it because that'll be the Awakened raid. And I'll have to try and do it normal maybe. Or do it on LFR. And then wait and see how far we get in the raid.
Yeah, we
'Cause-
won't get to Farrak.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I won't go ahead.
Oh, Barack Obama.
Yeah, we won't get that far.
But I can finish it the Monday after or something like that. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess there was a bug with the upgrading of the legendaries that's been fixed. Because now you get these like ancient bronze bullions or whatever. And you can use them to buy weapons from the raid or trinkets or rings and stuff like that. And you get like 1 a week or something like that. I think each item costs 2, but you also use them to buy the item to unlock the upgrades on the legendary weapons. So they can be actually useful instead of just kind of being like
A
not
legendary.
like a lower level piece of gear because I'm pretty sure they were maxed at like 489 or 502 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, still fighting that battle, which is kind of a pain in the ass.
You'll get it.
One day, might be 2 expansions later, but I'll get it.
Nah. It'll be by this expansion. You should be at the guaranteed spot.
I'm not.
You should be.
No, you had to be
soon.
doing like heroic like every week for like the first like 15 weeks.
Yeah.
Like I've done it like 3 times.
No, you've done it more than that.
Heroic?
Yes.
No, I only have like 2 or 3.
Yeah, but
heroic kills.
it's not only heroic, it's normal and LFR too.
Yes, that it's you don't get as much
Sure.
of the bad luck protection stuff.
Sure.
So
But I mean, you've still
yeah.
accumulated, some. It's not like
Oh
you
no,
don't
I
have
know. I'll
any.
eventually get it. It's just, yeah. So it was fun.
It just feels bad, don't it?
Yeah,
Just feels
it does.
bad.
So interestingly enough, I got on to Wowhead, got to the main page, and they had countdowns, and apparently patch 10.27 is coming out in 4.5 days.
Which one was 10.27?
I thought Panda Remix was
Panda Remix is 13.5 days. It
What
comes
was
out-
10.27?
That's the prologue to the next expansion. It's not the pre-expansion event, but it's got the prologue, and it's called Dark Heart. And they released a cinematic because it's coming out. And basically, it's Khadgar talking to Jaina about the voice, right? Because we're hearing that nobody knows what it is. And Jaina,
They're hearing voices.
yeah, Jaina portals out. And then Illyria walks in and Jaina leaves or whatever. And he's talking to her, and he wants her to like hunt down the Harbinger, who has like the Dark Heart, which is the thing that Iridikron took and gave to Xylatath, right? Or Xylatath or whatever. And stuff. So he's kind of like,
Naifu.
yeah. So that's kind of like what the prologue stuff is her probably helping Illyria kind of track down and figure out what's going on with it. So, but apparently there's going to be quite a few things coming for, with that, so like the WoW remix, the Miss Pandaria that doesn't drop right away, but it comes out on the 16th, which is a global thing. So, there's the Dranayan Troll Heritage Armor,
Which
I'm
is
sure,
terrible.
yeah, I'm sure everybody's excited for.
So
Is
terrible.
it bad?
Oh my god, it's like they're not even trying.
Yeah.
Like, it's so bad.
Here, I'll post this in here, Brian. You can take a look at it.
It's-
Just kind of.
Terrible.
The troll would look fine if it wasn't for the fucking face mask thing. Like, I don't know what the deal with that is. But the Draenei stuff, it doesn't look that good.
No, it does not.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think what they're gonna do is they're eventually gonna put it on. They're gonna make armor and put it on the cash shop. And
we're gonna make shit armor so that eventually, when you want the
Yes.
good stuff, you buy it.
yes, that's my thought.
That's
on
your
it.
conspiracy theory.
Yes,
Yeah.
my WoW conspiracy theory.
I mean, what is it based on? Like
It's
the ship they flew in on?
So it's talking about it's a heritage quest line, and it's called Embrace the Lost in Bari. My guess is that if you were to go back and look at some of the stuff like the broken we're wearing and whatnot, it would probably be like tattered remnants similar to this. Or if you go to like to Argus and stuff like that, you could kind of maybe see like, and I don't know like if it's like traditional type of, whatever, but I mean, it's just like,
It's just bad.
yeah, the quest that starts it is called an Artificer's Appeal, and if you kind of look at it, it does kind of look like they're like a craftsman type get up. Does that make sense?
The skirt is just.
I don't even know if that's a skirt or just like it looks like they're wearing shorts underneath it. So I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of like
Squirt.
skirts, yeah. And again, the trolls are just like
Do you not wear anything underneath your skirts, Jim?
they're called kilts. Thank you very much. And the only answer to that is socks and shoes. So,
Oh, jeez.
yeah, we just played a graduation. I'll send you the video. They live streamed it.
Really?
Mhm.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's coming out. Apparently, Colterans are getting like 6 new hair colors.
Yeah.
Hunters are going to be getting their pet stable is going to be updated. The preview window is going to be larger, so it's kind of a rework on the pet stable UI. And I haven't looked at it. I think I've seen images of it a while ago. It looks like pretty decent. You know, like it's like a necessary upgrade and stuff like that. Kind of like how like the spell book's going to be upgraded in the next expansion, stuff like that. Kind of be, you know, a lot better for that.
It looks a lot closer to what the new UI just looks like in Dragonflight.
Mm-hmm.
Has vibes from that, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, they're increasing the drop rate of the oozing Necroray egg.
What is that?
I don't know. Tribute to the Ambitious and Tribute to the Duty Bound. I have no idea what those are for. They're probably rep quests somewhere.
Hmm.
We don't know because it never dropped.
Yeah. That sounds like something from Argus, in all honesty, because it's probably something you need to do for the Heritage Quest. My guess is the Heritage Quest for the Drenai is going to be going back to Argus for some stuff, which kind of makes sense. Maybe Argus will be kind of healed a little bit since we defeated the Legion. Maybe it'll be like kind of like a future Argus, like how we went back to like alternate Drenai, and it was kind of like, you know, like totalitarian light regime.
Yeah.
Let's see. So there's some changes coming to the quest. So all the Dragonflight quests that were based on renown levels will just be available to all max player regardless of your renown level. So you don't have to build up your renown to do the quests and stuff like that.
That's nice.
Yeah, some new holidays, new quest line for like Sins of the Sister. It has to do with a night elf trying to bury her sister, who is one of the ones that she thought died at Teldrassil, but she didn't. And she was working with the Druids of the Flame, and we ended up killing her and stuff like that. So she wants her to be buried in a barrow den. And so you have to like talk to like, and like this one elf's like, no, and Malfurian's like, well, I don't know. So like you kind of have to like, it's one of those alternate choice quests, stuff like that. So you get to choose whether or not to help, kind of thing. So I don't know. Again, those things are nice to give like players the option for it, but if there's no like permanent thing that comes out about it, then, you know, it's just kind of like, what's the point?
Right.
What's the point?
Tyrande.
Tyrande.
God, I wish he would have stayed asleep. Yeah, a bunch of UI changes, adding a filter button to pre-made group finder stuff to kind of make it so you can filter it a little bit better than just looking for key. Like, I don't know, that's kind of weird. Yeah, just some stuff like that. So that's coming up here on the 7th, so about 5 days from now. So it'll be interesting. You know, it's like going to be trying to do stuff in retail and then remix and then, you know, storyline stuff. And it's just like, why are you giving us so much to do?
There's not enough to do. There's too much to do. There's not enough to do. There's too much to do.
Yeah, well, it's just like, I guess, I mean, it's fine. Now's kind of the time to be doing some of this stuff when there's some downtime and stuff like that. So that way, you know, you can get more people interested in doing it and or just doing it, even if it's just for something to do. So, yeah. So, yep, there was a in-game cinematic. What else we got? So apparently in Season 4, the sockets are now half price. So you can get 2 per week from the vault.
Oh.
So like if there's no loot that you can get, the tokens that you get instead, you can buy 2 sockets so you can get your sockets faster. and stuff like that. So that's kind of a nice thing, I guess. Which is, I guess, kind of nice too because it's a shorter season, so you can get your gear quicker. But if your vault is shit, you got something to do. So because you can craft bracers or spend the bullion stuff on rings and stuff like that. So yeah, there's that. Apparently the news finally got, or let's see when this happened, a couple days ago. Christy Golden came out and announced that, or let everybody know that she had been laid off back in January from Blizzard.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And I guess it was in late January. She was dealing with, like, I guess her nephew passed away from cancer. And then just before that, she had been laid off from the team and stuff like that. So I don't know, she took a while to announce it or whatever, but that's kind of sad because I liked her stories. I mean, and maybe this has nothing to do with her novel work, but this is like maybe because this stuff was as part of the story and franchise development team working on cinematics, song lyrics, short stories, and all that kind of stuff. So so some
She
of
didn't say if she's going back into more so of like a contracted thing for.
I have no
writing
idea.
stories?
I have absolutely no idea.
How long had she been there?
Over 25 years. The last 6+ directly as an employee. So before
okay.
She was just writing.
she was just writing
Yeah.
stuff, and then she was a
Right.
direct employee, and then so I mean, whether or not, I mean, maybe they just decided that they didn't want her in that role anymore. But I mean, I hope it's on good terms because I would really like her to write more books.
I'm
'Cause
sure it's on bad terms on their part, not her part. Like she probably got laid off like everything else.
Mhm.
Which kind of sucks in that type of role and contribution. Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
But I mean, she didn't just work on World of Warcraft too. She consulted on Odyssey, which I don't know what that is. But she wrote for Overwatch, StarCraft, Diablo Immortal, and Hearthstone. So, I mean, she worked on a lot of that stuff. So I mean, I hope that she's still open to writing stuff with it because I really enjoy like the work she does. And if she's not, I understand too, I mean, I understand being like kind of like, well, no, sorry.
Yeah.
Go find some other shithead to write books or something like that
Right.
that nobody likes. Forget which book that was.
Was it the Dragonflight book?
No, she wrote that one, didn't she? No,
She
she didn't
wrote
write the
that?
one. No, it was the one where they couldn't spell pauldrons right or something like that. There was all the typos and stuff like that. It was the
I mean, that's
One of the-
editing. Like,
no.
I mean, sure, the author might have spelled things incorrectly, but editing should have taken care of that, right? Like,
No, what book was it? It wasn't that.
I mean,
good.
it's kind of cool that it didn't in a way. Like the idea of having some like just stories that come straight out instead of being so filtered by
well,
corporatiness.
That's not
kinda cool.
usually like a book editor is more so like not changing the story so much as it is like
No, I'm not
Yeah.
saying that. I'm saying like, I mean, yeah, it's if it's not going through those iterations to be cleaned up, then that's
yeah.
more of a raw cut naturally, right? Like, kind of cool.
Yeah. So, I try to avoid looking at stuff for The War Within because I'm still waiting for my alpha invite, which I guess has got lost in the mail. I don't know.
Yeah.
I check every day. I don't even have to go outside. My mailbox is built into the wall by my front door. I just open the flap up. and
Is it
that's
really?
it is.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Oh, that's cool.
It is
awesome.
That's some
pretty
old
cool.
school. The house is
It's an old house.
Yeah.
almost
No,
90.
I wish we still had stuff like that. So our house was built in like 2019, and it's out here. They're required to do cluster boxing now,
I hate
where you
that.
have to go.
You have to go to
where
the
you gotta
mailbox.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
I hate
annoying.
I get. You know why it's required? Because the United States
'Cause
Postal Service can't keep.
Yeah, no, you're right, but also because our particular postal office is the worst, probably in the nation.
It's probably so where you live has had a lot of growth, and I guarantee you the post office there hasn't received the funds to deal with that. You know what I mean?
Probably not, but they are fucking terrible. And one guy there is an asshole. And it's funny. I sold some magic cards on my little shop, and I sent it out. It were two actually, worth about $40 total. Sent it out, and we got a notification. Like, I don't know if you guys get that or not, but when it scans through, it'll notify you or email you or something like that.
Yeah, I'm set up for the
Packages, right?
Well,
Does it tell you everything?
yeah, like I get packages like information sometimes through the USPS text messages and the emails from like the informed delivery stuff, but
so like 2 days, 1 or 2 days after we send it off, scanning it in, get a receipt for it, comes right back. It's like, okay.
It came back to your house?
Yeah, it took 5 days after that, and then it turns out that there's something. The detector thing thought my address was the go-to address, right? And then it filtered out that way. I took it to the town west of us, the little tiny town west of us that has a very tiny post office.
Yeah.
Took it to her, and she's like, "Don't worry, I'll do a postmaster to postmaster mail with a tracking number. I put yours in it. Your tracking number will be good as soon as they get it there, and they'll start detecting again, free of charge." And she's like, "I get complaints all the time from your town." And I'm like, "This is awesome. I got my new place, and it's not that much further down the road." So
Yeah, well, it's good. And the nice thing too is that you're not beholden to the post office in your town. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
yeah, it's just like it's so weird. It just felt like it was straight out of like, I don't know, the 90s. Like you go in and there's no internet, there's nothing to like track your stuff with, and you're just beholden to someone that may or may not go see if it fell on the floor in the back room or something. And I'm like, this is terrible. This is the worst thing ever. So learn my lesson. That's for sure.
So, but yeah, so War Within's coming out. Yeah, it's funny. We got site. Yeah.
This year?
When's it coming out again?
Sometime this year.
Release date?
On or before December 31st.
Hey. But so like I said, I look through stuff to talk about, and I see all kinds of things, and I'm like, I don't want to look at this. I don't want to look at this. I don't want to look at this, because like try not to look at things that are like spoilery or whatever. But there is one that I want to look at, and it has to do with the earthen dwarf allied race and their dances.
Oh, what is
so
it?
They have separate dances for the male and the female, which I think is
That's normal.
Is it normal?
Yeah.
Okay. So the male earthen dance is near and dear to Kristen's heart.
Oh.
It's the Rasputin dance.
Nuh-uh.
Yep.
Oh, I love it.
You know that song, Ra-ra-rasputin, lover of the Russian queen?
I love that song.
I think so.
It was
but I don't know
it was
the
big
dance,
on
Just Dance.
It was big on the Just Dance game and stuff like that. So
Yep. Oh my god, I love that song.
I'll put a link to it. There's
I
video
need to
clips.
do that.
And then the females is like a traditional like Scottish Highland dance. I don't know if it's a fling. We'll have to ask our friend because her daughter's doing the dancing stuff and whatnot. So it's probably a fling. It doesn't look like a sword dance and stuff like that. So, which is cool. You know what I mean? Because like dwarves and Scottish stuff, that's pretty cool. So
no, that is, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's a Highland fling because that's what the video they linked for it and stuff like that.
Oh my god, I can't believe
That's
they're
really
doing
cool.
that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I figured you would enjoy the hell out of that one.
Yep.
Just because.
Yep, I got real good at that dance. Matter of fact, I won't do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it Saturday.
Yeah, so that's fun. You know, it's nice to see like little things like that kind of come in. So
To make sure I still have a sub
oh,
to Just Dance.
be kind of mad if you did.
I don't know if I do or not.
But
I think you have to keep resubbing, right?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But
I just buy the annual one usually, and then I do it for a little bit, and then I forget about it.
yep, like all subscriptions.
Yep.
Except for WoW.
Except for WoW.
And I guess Final Fantasy for you.
Yes.
So let's see what else. There was something else I was just gonna say. Oh, I need to check how many character slots I have because, well, I have so many Death Knights, and then I have all these other characters. I'll have to go and see which ones I don't need. I think there's one I'm keeping around because it was probably one of the first characters I created.
Yeah, I have a couple of those too.
But in fact, I should be able just to see from the login screen because it should tell me how many I have on each server. And I hate having to delete characters.
Yeah.
Let's see.
50 characters is not enough, Blizzard.
Well, it's 60 now, by the way.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I have plenty because I haven't made any new ones.
Oh, I only have 46 that it sees. So.
That it
okay.
sees. Are you hiding some?
I know, right? Like, what do you
well,
mean that it
fig-
sees?
No, because I don't know. I had I thought I had made some on other servers, but I must have cleaned them up when they made the other allied races able to be Death Knights.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be making more Death Knights when we get the allied races. Plus, I'll have to make another. I'm probably going to level the Death Knight through WoW Remix just because that's my jam.
I probably will do a druid.
And it's like, I don't need any other characters. I have every other character max level. I have several. I have like 2 shamans. I have a couple druids, a couple hunters, a couple paladins. You know what I mean? Just because, you know, I had my first paladin that I made that was a Tauren paladin. But then they came out with Blood Elf paladins, and I don't race change anything, so I made a Blood Elf paladin. You know what I mean? And like when Undead Hunters came out, it's like, well, I'm not deleting my first hunter, who's a Blood Elf. I'm going to make an Undead Hunter and stuff like, you know what I mean?
You said Blood Elf Paladin. Do you mean Troll Paladin?
No.
What are you talking about?
When they made Blood Elves Paladin
were
with the
paladins
gear at the end of Shadowlands, when you could get the Blood the Blood Knight transmog.
Oh, you're talking about yeah.
So the Blood Elves Paladins
Blood
had a
Elves-
special quest at the end of Shadowlands to get specific transmog to Blood Elf Paladins, which included the Blood Knight gear, because that was like the
Right.
Paladins, plus I mean, I already unlocked the Dark Elf stuff anyway, but
Customization.
yeah, I had made it just for that set. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Did I do that?
Probably.
I thought I did.
But I didn't want to, get rid of my others paladin because that's my first paladin. Not my first
Yeah.
paladin. That's my first horde paladin, because I do have another paladin that's alliance, but he's a Draenei, and that was the one that I was leveling with Kristen before I convinced her to switch horde.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's still in his shit gear with a shovel for a weapon.
What was I playing? Shaman?
That's awesome.
I don't remember, because we were in the last place we leveled is we were down in Stranglethorn.
I think it was a shaman. Draenei shaman.
Because that's where, it might have been. Because that's where we were at. And then, he's got just shit gear, a shovel, and all that stuff, because you get like a 2-handed shovel as a weapon. You know what I mean? Like during some of the quests out there. And I'm pretty sure he's in Booty Bay or something like that right now.
Yeah.
Just kind of sitting there.
Just chilling. Chillaxing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to get rid of him because he's got sentimental value, and they just need to, You know what? Even if they were just to be like $5 or something like that, get a couple character slots or something like that. Like 60 is a lot of characters to have. But I think
Well, it
maybe
could be like Final Fantasy 11. Then they charged like after the first or a couple of them, didn't they?
well, that upped your subscription, and I think doesn't 14 do that as well?
What?
Like you get like there's one subscription for one character, or there's a higher subscription for multiple.
They got rid of that.
Okay.
So
It's almost as bad as like you had to buy the world transfer ticket to get to your friend wherever they started at when 11 came out.
Yeah.
You had to buy a ticket to get to the other server.
So when I say they got rid of that, the it's still there. I still pay that, but they got rid of the restriction. So I still pay the $12.99 or whatever entry fee one.
But you can have multiple characters.
But I can have multiple characters. I don't
Ah.
play multiple characters because
Yeah, there's no need.
there's no.
But yeah, it's like, or like Guild Wars 2, right? It's like when you buy the base game, you get so many character slots. When you buy the expansion stuff like that, you get more character slots, and then you can buy more character slots on their gem store.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. It's like
I have a lot of
now
characters.
you wouldn't. Oh yeah, I got a lot of characters too.
Yeah.
But it's like with 60 characters, you know, it's just like I don't know. It takes a really strange person to have hit that limit, but people do.
People do.
Yeah, I know you're laughing at me,
A little bit, yeah.
but I only have 46, so I still have slots, so I can at least still
Yeah,
do.
but are your 46 all maxed?
No, because some of them aren't ones I'm going to level, but I
Right.
have a lot of like half of those are Death Knights
Yeah.
easily. I think there's 25 of them are Death Knights. I think more than half my characters are Death Knights, and there will be more Death Knights because I'll do the one through that, so to figure out which one I want a double of and whatnot, because I want to go earn those sweet transmogs from Remix. And then when we can have the new ally races, they're going to be able to be Death Knights too. So I'll have new Death Knights there as well. So
Death Nuggets.
silly English couldn't. It's such a good movie.
That's
All
such
right.
a great one.
Well, I think I'm kind of tapped out on things. I'm like, again, I know that the War Within is kind of creeping up, and there's a lot of stuff coming out. I have seen some of the gameplay, like little clips of some of the Death Knight heroic gameplay for the Rider of the Apocalypse hero class. And apparently it gives you mounted combat as a Death Knight.
Oh, that's cool.
And I think Paladins are getting something similar to where and stuff like that. 'cause
Like consistently, or is it like
I-
you ride it for 5 seconds?
No. No, I think it's like consistent.
Oh, dude, that's badass.
And I think that cause I saw something too, like they made dragon riding castable in combat so that you can pop off your other horse and fly away or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if they're just kind of tweaking around with that or whatever, but that's going to be really interesting to see how some of these hero classes play out, man. I'm
Yeah.
kind of stoked for some of that stuff. Some of that stuff sounds really good. And like you want to talk about fucking class fantasy, Rider of the Apocalypse, and I think that you can even get stuff that summons the other riders.
Ah, that's cool.
Kind
That's
of like
cool.
kind of like in Torghast.
Wow.
So
Yeah, that's definitely cool.
can you just imagine just me running around in a raid with just like a bunch of other Death Knights following me?
Death Knight Power Rangers.
Go, Death Knight Ranger. All right. Cool. You guys got anything you want to bring up? Anything that's kind of tickling your fancies?
No.
I found some old BlizzCon videos
Well,
I got on
Speaking of,
YouTube.
before you do that, no BlizzCon this year.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. I don't know if they're even doing BlizzCon anymore. Who knows? But maybe not. Not this year though, because I guess they just blew their load in the last one. and announced the next 3 expansions, so they got nothing, which kind of sucks because some of those panels were pretty neat and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
anyway, sorry, go ahead about your old ones.
No. I just stumbled upon YouTube videos of like first year BlizzCons
Oh
in
wow.
like '05. I should link it. It was actually really delightful to watch. So, really funny stuff. That's it.
Yeah. All right.
That's it.
Cool. Well, thanks everybody for listening. You can check us out at serverrestartin.com. Yes, we have a website.
I didn't say it.
I know. I beat you to it.
I know.
Yeah. So thanks everybody for listening. And we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
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 Dungeons to rage, we're coming.